Welcome, everyone, to our deep dive into crop circles.
Crop circles, yeah.
You know, those amazing patterns that show up in fields seemingly out of nowhere.
Intricate designs.
Yeah, we're going to explore the theories,
Okay.
the history, the impact.
The impact of these
It's
formations.
fascinating. And they aren't even a new thing, you
Right.
know? People have been talking about strange circles in fields for centuries? Like
Yeah.
way back in 1678, there's this pamphlet called The Mowing Devil.
Mowing devil, wow.
It tells a story about this farmer who wouldn't pay his worker, and guess what?
Wow.
He woke up to his field full of circles.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
It's like we've always been trying to explain the things we don't understand.
absolutely, like trying to find reasons.
Yeah.
But things really got going in the late 1970s in southern England.
Okay.
That's when those designs went from simple circles to super complex patterns,
Wow.
and the world took notice.
I mean, to see these intricate designs just appear,
Yeah,
it's got to be mind-blowing.
it is. So what are the main theories? How do these things get made?
Well, most people think they're man-made, made by people, but the techniques are actually pretty advanced.
Wait, you mean people are out there, like, in the middle of the night making these massive designs? How do they even do that?
It's like art meets geometry. They call them croppies, these people.
Some hobbies.
Yeah, and they use simple tools like planks, ropes, measuring tapes, to flatten the crops.
Okay.
One way is they have an anchor point in the middle, and they use ropes to make the circles.
Huh. That's smart.
Yeah.
But I've seen pictures. Some of them are so detailed
Yeah.
with layers and layers of patterns.
Right.
Can you really do that with just planks and ropes?
Oh, absolutely. It's all in the planning and the execution.
Wow.
They use diagrams and math formulas to get everything in the right spot.
Huh.
It's low tech, but the results are incredible.
That's amazing. But I gotta say, some people are skeptical.
Sure.
I get it. These designs are huge, and they seem to pop up overnight.
Right.
Is there any proof that humans are actually making them?
Oh, there have been lots of times where people have actually seen crop circles being made.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes they even catch it on camera.
Wow.
And you can find little signs like footprints or marks from tools.
Okay, so there's some evidence.
Yeah, but then there are those who say, no way, some of these are just too complex, too fast.
Right.
They say there's no evidence at all, no footprints, nothing.
Exactly.
And that's where things get really interesting, because if it's not people, then what is it?
Yeah, that's the big question.
And that's where those more, let's say, extraordinary theories come in.
Like aliens.
Aliens, exactly, sending us messages through the fields.
That's a pretty wild thought, imagine. Decoding those patterns, and it's like, welcome to Earth.
Yeah, it really captures the imagination.
It does.
But before we go too far down that road,
Okay.
let's think about some other possibilities too.
Okay, so if it's not aliens, then what else could it be? What other theories are there? I've heard about, like, natural forces, right? Like energy fields or even the weather?
Yeah, some researchers think that natural stuff could be behind at least some crop circles.
Okay.
Like they talk about whirlwinds or ball lightning or even weird magnetic fields.
Huh. So it's like Mother Nature's making art. That's a cool thought.
Yeah, it kind of makes you want to see patterns in nature,
Yeah, totally.
There's this other idea about plasma vortexes.
Plasma vortexes.
Basically, these swirls of like charged gas,
Oh, wow.
and they could make those patterns when they hit the Earth's magnetic field.
Whoa, that's pretty high tech. Is there any science behind that?
Some people who believe in those theories point to like unusual readings of electromagnetic stuff,
Oh, okay.
or how the plants grow differently inside the circles.
Interesting.
But most scientists are still skeptical.
Right.
And a lot of that evidence is, well, you can interpret it in different ways.
I guess it's like science versus the unexplained,
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of unexplained, what about secret government stuff, like experiments?
Ah, yes, the classic secret technology theory.
Right.
It's like the government or some secret group is using super advanced tech to make these things.
Ooh, that's kind of scary.
Maybe it's psychological warfare or even a way to communicate.
Like a secret code or something?
Maybe, but it's like straight out of sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah, totally.
But if they had that kind of technology, wouldn't there be some kind of trace left behind?
That's a good point.
Most of the evidence for this theory is like stories people tell or just things that seem suspicious.
Okay.
Critics say it's mostly guesswork, not real proof.
So we've got all these theories, from hoaxers to aliens to natural forces and secret government projects.
Exactly.
It kind of sounds like the more out there theories might not have enough evidence.
It's good to be skeptical. Like take that idea that crop circles appear overnight.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing, but usually it just means nobody was watching the field all the time.
Yeah. Ah, I see. So they could be made over a few nights.
Exactly. A team of crappies could do a lot in a few hours.
That makes sense.
And then there's the argument that real crop circles don't have any signs of people, like footprints or broken stalks.
But couldn't those crappies use, like, special tricks to avoid leaving traces?
Exactly. Think of it like a magician's secrets.
Oh, right.
Experienced crappies know how to minimize their impact. They might use planks to spread their weight,
Okay.
or wear special shoes, or even work from the outside in so they don't mess up the center.
Smart. So just because there's no evidence doesn't mean humans are involved.
Right.
But those super complex patterns, are you saying people can really make those?
People can be incredibly clever.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at the Julia set crop circle from 1996.
The Julia set.
It was super intricate, like a fractal pattern based on a math formula.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures. It's mind-blowing.
The people who made that one used like advanced surveying techniques
Wow.
and computer programs to plan it all out. And then they carefully flattened the crops with planks and ropes, working really precisely to get it right.
So even with crazy complex designs, we can't rule out human skill.
Yep.
Especially with all the technology and techniques we have these days.
And don't forget, humans like to push limits, challenge what's possible.
Yeah, that's true.
For some crappies, making these designs is like art, expressing themselves.
Like a temporary masterpiece.
Exactly. It exists for a little while and then fades back into the field.
Even if we can explain some of those wilder theories, there's still something about crop circles that draws people in.
It's a mix of things, I
But
think.
like what?
Well, they look incredible, those intricate designs in those wide open spaces.
Yeah, they do.
It makes you feel a sense of wonder, like you found something secret.
It's like, how is this even real?
Exactly. And then there's that human need to find meaning, to understand the world.
To make sense of it all.
In a world that feels kind of chaotic, crop circles offer a glimpse of something bigger, something we don't understand yet.
Like a hidden message, waiting to be decoded.
And you can't forget the social aspect. Crop circles bring people together. Those who believe in the more, extraordinary explanations.
Right.
They share their stories, their theories, their research, creates a whole community.
Like a club for people in the know?
Yeah, that feeling of belonging, of shared knowledge, it's powerful, especially with something mysterious like crop circles.
It's like you're part of something bigger.
But even if we put aside the more fantastical theories, there's still something amazing about the human side of all this.
You mean the crappies and their art?
Yeah, the fact that people are out there in the dark, creating these intricate things in fields.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It shows how creative we are, how we like to push boundaries and leave our mark on the world.
So even if most or even all crop circles are made by people, there's still something to learn from them.
Definitely.
About how we think, how we deal with the unknown, and how we look for meaning in the universe.
It reminds us that even with so much information out there, there's still room for wonder, for mystery, for that little reminder that not everything is what it seems.
It's like this giant puzzle, and we're all trying to put it together.
Yeah.
And even if the answer is simpler than we hoped, the journey itself is pretty amazing.
Totally. It challenges how we see things, makes us think critically, and reminds us that human creativity has no limits.
So what does this all mean for us, for how we see the world? This whole deep dive has really, made me think about how important it is to think critically,
Oh, yeah.
especially with how fast information spreads these days.
Totally. Got to be careful what you believe.
It's like you see something cool or mysterious, and it's easy to get caught up in it.
It's human nature, right? We love a good mystery.
And crop circles, they're a perfect example of that.
They really make you think about what we know and what we don't.
Yeah, and the fact that there might be things we'll never fully figure out.
But that's part of the appeal, isn't it?
It is, but even if we say, okay, most of these are made by people, I still kind of admire those crappies.
Yeah.
To go out there at night and make something so intricate, it's like an art form.
It's a different kind of art, for sure.
It's there for a little while, then it's gone.
A fleeting moment of beauty.
It makes you wonder, like, what is art, really?
That's a good question.
Does it have to be in a museum, or can it be in a field just for a few days?
I think art can be anywhere,
Yeah.
Crop circles, they challenge our ideas about what art is and where it belongs.
It's like art, nature, and humans all mixed together.
Exactly.
They show us that beauty can pop up anywhere, you just got to be looking for it.
You never know what you'll find.
And even if we know how they're made, the impact they have on us, that's still a mystery.
That's the human element, right?
They still make us feel awe, they make us debate, and they remind us that there's still magic out there.
If you're open to it.
So next time you see a picture of a crop circle or hear someone talking about them,
Yeah.
I hope you'll think about everything we've discussed.
Question what you see and hear.
Be open to different ideas, and most importantly,
What's that?
don't lose that sense of wonder, that feeling of, wow, what is that?
The world's full of mysteries, that's for sure.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of crop circles.
It's been fun.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and hey, maybe you'll be the one to solve the next big mystery.
You never know.